Alrighty, so here we are back playing some more Tropico 6, and we're on to episode number 5 of our Tourism Island playthrough. In the last episode, we pretty much got our entire first island of tourism set up, and I went ahead and got all the raids done. So in this episode, we're going to continue the expansion. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so here we are. More money than we even could possibly know what to do with. Because anytime I start spending money, then, you know, we're building up more jobs, more homes than there are people living here. And we currently have, oof, man, the frames, I don't know what the issue is. But we currently have, like, twice as many tourists on the island as the population living here, which I think is kind of a cool concept with the gig economy and customer service turned on. Like, it's just crazy. Yeah, we're drowning in money right now. And it is pretty wild, and what I'm curious about is if our tourism rating is doing pretty good. Because we don't really have, like, you know, really good housing. Everyone's staying in these hotels here. And the housing quality is 44. And that's like all of them, because I have every single one set to Hotel Camarote. And so there's that. It's not doing, like, the tourist rating isn't coming from the housing that they're staying in. But alternatively, we do have a lot of buildings with a very good service quality that they're going to be visiting. So I'm pretty sure it's going to average all of these numbers out. Everything that they're visiting and the places that they're staying in. And then I'm really hoping that the Colosseum of Rome, this German castle, Stonehenge, and I believe we had one more, the Maui Heads. I'm pretty sure that each of these is going to increase the tourist ratings, which is pretty cool. So there's all of that. Now what I'm thinking that I should do is start our second island up over here. And what I'm kind of thinking is we should have this one focus a bit more on the concert. Actually, no, the broadcast tower. Yeah, this is going to be like really OP, I think. So let's go ahead and unlock it. Check out the, what's it called? The footprint of the building. It's not looking too beefy. And you know what, maybe it'd be kind of a good idea. Ooh, you know what we could do is connect all of these up with bridges, like everywhere. I just like seen this road here and just came to that realization. Let's see if we can. Can't start bridge, so what we need to do is go through, demolish, and then I believe that will allow us to start the bridge. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Can't believe I didn't think of that earlier. But now we have bridges, and we should honestly bridge like everything up. Like, really, I reckon that we can build this one across like this. Just enough. Will it connect? Pretty sure it will. Just like that. Wow, look at that. So then what we would need to do is try and find a way for a road to get through, which I don't think it is possible. Right down through this little corridor here. We just need to destroy a bunch of parks up, but that's fine. Press play on that for a second, and I guess we can demolish up these two parks as well. Demolish this road up, we'll fix it. This road is 100% not necessary, but might as well replace it. Low rebel threat, I'm not worried, honestly. I think we'll be okay. So now there's that. And what I do want to do is get something, I guess here's probably the best spot. Like that. Perfect. Okay. So now we've connected everything up with roads. That's pretty nifty. And honestly, what I should do is we should just delete this Teamsters port and maybe relocate the Pirate Cove so that no one's trying to sail around, because now everyone can just drive cars. And that means that I can honestly set up some driving around the island. And on top of that, what I should also do is I talked about it a little earlier, metro stations. We should build up a bunch of these. We should build one up to kind of interact with as many hotels as possible. So I'm kind of thinking, yeah, right here looks like a pretty decent spot. So let's go ahead and do that. Demolish this up real quick. And not teleferic, but metro station. And there we go. Metro station completed. Almost. There's that, and let's go ahead and surround it with a bit of parks. There we go. Like the way that looks. Let's go ahead and quick build it. And so, of course, the metro stations, as we previously found out, like episode 2 or 3, I think it was episode 3, they can't connect to the other islands, right? And so my plan is that we'll set up a bunch of metro stations to give the bonuses to all of the hotels. So as we can see, like this hotel has a housing quality of 44, right? But if we check out this one, it's got a housing quality of 55. And the reason is, I don't think it's going to show it here, but this building here, the metro station, is going to give a bonus. Efficiency scales the housing quality and bonus to nearby residential and tourist accommodation buildings. And so that's really nice. And so we're maxing out the budget here. Decreases negative impact of crime safety by 10 if we get more light. The building requires an additional 2 megawatts. That's fine. We have plenty of electricity, making so much money that we can set up an infinite amount of wind farms, and then the conservative faction will never get upset with this. So we're in like a really good spot here. We do need to deal with Europe before they get too angry with us, and we're gonna need our American allies to become our full allies. Well, I guess we're gonna need some American allies. Any country probably would have done, except for of course Europe, because we're gonna be making them pretty upset. And you know what we should do is our customs office. We should focus on this a bit. I don't really feel like using this area here. Maybe I should have pulled this down a bit, but that's okay. And honestly, we're probably gonna have quite a bit of rich people up here, so let's go ahead and start setting up some parking decks around. I think that'll be pretty decent. We don't want this right next to the embassy because it's gonna decrease the beauty, and then the embassy, I'm pretty sure, sort of scales with the nearby beauty. Local beauty, local crime safety, local liberty, and pollution, I guess. So you want to kind of keep these stats here to give the most benefit to your embassies. And so I do reckon that moving this over just a little bit will be okay though. So there's a parking deck. Let's go over here, set up another parking deck. I hate the way that this is angled, so I'm going to go ahead and relocate it. I think that'll be... oh no. Spot's already taken by its own building. We're going to spend money for the aesthetics. Oh my goodness, I clicked on build a new building with the same settings. Ooh, okay. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, that actually looks pretty good there. So that looks pretty cool, especially once we start surrounding it with a bit of like stuff going on. Let's let the smoke dissipate here. Like we build up a number of apartments and stuff out here, I think it'll look really neat. So let's check on our population. We have a lot of vacant homes, but I do want to build more homes in this area. Let's make sure mandatory or urban development's on. So that's on. So we can go ahead and start building up. For now, let's just take it easy. Build up only a couple. And then we'll decide exactly how much more we're going to need to construct as time goes on. I don't want this right in front of it. We'll do this here. Let's quick build all of this. And there is all of that. So we only need a housing quality of 50. And if we electrify this building, these buildings, if we hold control, we can see there's 21 apartments that need electrifying. 378 megawatts. Let's just do a little test. I want the... honestly? Well, no. My worry is that if we get the happinesses too low, then it's going to make people really upset. They might start protesting. They might start protesting, becoming rebels if certain things are too low, I'm pretty sure. And so we don't want anything to be below 50, but I'm definitely willing to sacrifice everything down to 50, excluding fun and food, right? And actually, liberty and crime as well, because those are a bit different. Like, these are just to affect your overall happiness, and they do some other minor things. But liberty and crime safety, you definitely want these as high as possible to avoid criminals and rebels, of course. So now that we electrified one building, we get 66, and if we decrease the budget, okay. So we can save money by electrifying all of our buildings, all of our apartments, and we can still get a pretty decent housing quality. We have plenty of electricity, so I think this is actually going to be pretty smart in the long run to do it earlier. And did I? Oh man, no, I didn't control click. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it. Low power, but what I kind of feel like it is that certain electrical grids aren't connected. No, they all are connected. I thought we had like 700 spare megawatts. I guess not. max out the budget here. Increases upkeep by 100. Electrical output is increased by 30. The housing quality. So, yes, never build wind turbines next to your housing buildings because, of course, it's going to decrease the budget or the quality of those buildings. And so what I'm kind of thinking is what we can do is fill in this entire area all the way up to right around here. This entire elevated little plateau here. Fill it in with as many as possible. And then once we make it to the point where we need even more electricity than that, what we'll do is we'll get this upgrade. We'll research the wind turbines, get the upgrade 64 RPM on every single one of them. And that will give us 30% more, which is probably going to be like 1500 spare megawatts if this whole area is filled in. And so that'll be pretty nice, but it is going to make them quite a bit more expensive. So I do want to wait as long as possible. And so to get electricity right now, what we'll do is just simply build up some more. Just build them until we... Oof, I didn't like that. Run out of space here. Okay. One more. Yes. Okay, cool. So I control shift clicked all of those, and so they quick built all up. Let's max out the budget on all of them. We're making so much money that we can kind of toss the money around a bit. 450 megawatts. Everything's electrified. Let's make the budgets all come down just a tad. And that's giving us a housing quality of 54 on every single apartment. And decreasing the budget is going to net us more money over time. So let's check residential occupancy. So this area is looking pretty good. This island honestly probably has enough housing for everyone working here, so that's okay. And so then all of the people working up here and in our like main area, they're going to start filling in this area, which is what I wanted. And so as we can see, these two apartments are already full. So what we can do is just continue to build more. Control shift click. Watch it get built up real quick. Decrease budget. Electrify. Perfect. So now let's just keep doing this until we have enough housing. So what I'm kind of thinking is this, we don't need like a whole lot of like intricate different buildings and stuff because these guys, they're just workers. This is like a big worker camp technically. So right across the street from our chocolate factory here, I guess this is looking okay. There we go. Max out the budget on the groceries, of course. And what I'm kind of thinking is I want to deal with their faith happiness, right? I want this to be at least 50, and we want to be able to fit as many people in our faith buildings as possible. And so what I'm kind of thinking is we can do churches. And the reason I want to do churches is because if we can fit it here, I'd be really happy. Look at that. So let's go ahead and quick build it on up. We can do shared seats. And I'm pretty sure I can get the service quality to over 50. Let's see. Yep, just like that. 60. And I'm pretty content with that. So, like I said earlier, we don't really need all of these to be really high, just food and fun. And so, as long as we're getting above 50 on all these various happinesses, including faith, then I'm content. And so getting 50 or 60 here is really good. And on top of that, we're doing shared seats. So each church has a pretty good amount of visitor slots. Let's go compare it to a, what's it called here? Cathedral. So 24, and the cathedral only has 32. And so it's way more expensive for a cathedral. But churches, they're going to be doing all right, giving a pretty decent wage as well. So there is that. So now what I want to do is go around and construct churches amongst our population. I'm probably going to leave this cathedral up, honestly. It's giving a service quality of 100. Which we don't really need, but I'll go ahead and leave it up anyways. So now let's go through, and I want to place, honestly, like 2 churches in this area. And I'm totally willing to sacrifice at least some of our hotels here. Like, it's okay. That's totally a-okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Here's another church for our population. Max out the budget, shared seats, pompous bells, very good. Electricity shortage, it says. Oh yeah, because this is on fire. Send the helicopter, that's okay. And sorry if that's like causing a lot of like jitter when I move. We have a lot of park space around here that I ended up building up, and so we can definitely destroy some of this for some other buildings that are going to be a bit more useful. So there is that. Honestly, I only need to destroy one of those parks. Max out budget, shared seats, and we'll leave this open for now because I do kind of want to build some more buildings for our population, like clinics and stuff. Healthcare happiness is a bit more important because without healthcare happiness, if this is too low, then people are just going to be dying all the time, which, I mean, it's kind of whatever, but having our population at least on an incline or at least like stagnant is probably going to be more ideal. So let's actually check our decline. Check the deaths, bad healthcare. That's not too bad. Like, we have close to 900 people and only 9 people are dying. And this is the past, what is this? I think it's the past year. So it was really bad 3 years ago. But that's okay. So as long as like not too many people are dying of bad healthcare, then I'm content with it. And so I do want to move on to this island, but I do want to definitely get a couple more things for our population. So let's go ahead and finish up all of the metro stations that I wanted to do. So here's looking like a good spot. Yes, I like that. And you know what? I think, yeah, look, there's an empty space here. Right behind our police station, so very, very good spot. Let's go and max out the budget, more light. And just build up, I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4 extras. That looks like a good spot here, right in this one. So let's go and demolish that. Let it go away. And find another metro station. So this is going to start tanking the crime safety in certain areas, so we definitely need to try and stay on top of that. And again, I'm definitely willing to sacrifice some of our hotels for buildings that the island just simply needs, right? Like we could destroy this hotel here. Let's go ahead and do that now. And the park next door. And this is going to give us the space we need for a new police station. Let's go ahead and do that. Quick build it on up. Max out the budget here. And we're going to go with always on duty, which decreases the job quality, but I think it's like really, really worth it. Because of course it's going to spread your crime safety like around a bit, which is definitely ideal. So Europe is really mad at us and they want us to do an import trade route with them. And so what I'm thinking is we should honestly do that just to keep them off of our backs for a while. Import. So we can import, like, that'll be really, really quick. And can import gold, juice, pharmaceuticals, still kind of terrible. Not terrible, it's just 3,000, that's going to be 3 rotations of ships. Whereas alternatively, we could just import some, what was it up here, apparel, and that's 2 rotations. So I'll go ahead and do this. They're going to like drastically overcharge us, but again, we're making so much money that we have some liberty with our money. And what does America want us to do? Guerrilla patrols. So we just need to hope that these guys are adequately getting this all done. And what kind of sucks is that whenever you haven't had them doing a raid for a while, then they might be spread out amongst your island, and then they all need to come together. And so then if you queue up a bunch of things all at once, then what happens is they'll all gather up, which takes a while. They'll go out and do the raid, and then whenever they get back, if another raid's queued up, they'll just immediately go and do that one. So that is definitely going to be pretty nice. Now, let's do the last couple of metro stations. I'm thinking 1 and 2. Ooh, you know, we could do it right here. I'm content with that. So let's go ahead and demolish this park on up. So here's where I'm going to do this, and the reason I don't want it here is because, as you can see, it's just 1 space over, gives the bonus to these 2 family resorts, which is nice. And so based on how far that one reaches, we'll get our last metro station. And then, of course, what's going to be smart is to do this here. And so all of this is to set this up. So all of the tourists can, you know, walk to whatever they're wanting to go to, but if they end up getting into a metro station, they can quickly make it all around this island very, very quickly. And if they come to this one, there's a parking deck here, which will allow them to drive to any of the other islands or go check out other various things, which is nice. So I'm kind of thinking maybe what I could do is also build another bridge over to this building. I do kind of hate this, so I might end up relocating this, all these world wonders, mixing them in a bit more. But that is to come in the future, I think. So, very quickly, what I'm also thinking is we could set up our first bit of airportism, airport travel. That could be really neat. So maybe we could do one here and then one here, creating like a really long, what is this called? Like an airstrip. And so then what I could also do is stretch this road literally all the way down. Oh no. That's in our way. I hate that. Let's go over to and then try and build a bridge all the way across to here, can we? Uneven terrain. That's kind of annoying. I really wanted the bridge here, but this is like a weird, like, bump here. Yes. I mean, maybe we could telepheric station across. Might not be the worst. Let's see if that works. I mean, it works, but I kind of hate it. It just doesn't look very... I mean, screw it. I've never really done this, so let's go ahead and check it out. Kind of want this to be straight down with it. Let's go ahead and quick build these up. Okay. I mean, that's okay. I think it's alright. And so because of that, what I do want to do is send this road all the way down pretty much as far as we can go. And then what we can do is put a parking deck right around here. Quick build that up, and then what we need is a substation. Let's go ahead and send it anywhere that'll fit in. I guess here's okay. There's all of that. Let's max out the budget here. Increases the efficiency of tourist attraction buildings in the vicinity of either station by 5%. The bonus does not stack. So it's only like, you know, whatever's really, really close to it, which is kind of annoying. So I'm probably not going to get audio tour guide on any of these. But if you're being pretty precise with things, like if you set up like, you know, immediately like a casino right here, a restaurant here, and then like one other, like maybe the cocktail bar right here, and then maybe had your parking deck in another spot and did another one, then that would be pretty good, because that's a 5% bonus to all of those tourist attraction buildings. That could be pretty decent. I mean, it's only 5%, so not really worth trying your heart out to get done. And so what else I'm thinking is we can do another parking deck here. Let's make it actually parallel with this one, and then we can do a park like this. Maybe I'll park up this area here. Yeah, I mean, I might as well right now. It is a 2x3, so let's find a 2x3 square. We can do that one, that seems okay. Quick build this all up. And so now, let's go ahead and do this one real quick. Our other metro station. Quick build that one on up. And we can park in around this place. So let's do, I'm thinking maybe a 2x3. Okay, that's cool. Then maybe that one there, and maybe the exact same park right across. Okay. So that one reaches to there. Let's go ahead and completely give all of these metro station bonuses to... Look at that, we got like every single hotel. There's like one over here that's missing it, but this is going to be nice because this is going to be a drastic improvement to our tourist rating, because everyone's staying in these hotels and every single hotel is getting a pretty decent bonus. Really, really cool for us. Let's go ahead and demolish this park up, and that is going to be the last one we're going to need. Very nifty. Quick build that on up and throw down some sort of park here. Perhaps this one. Okay. So I really like this. This is good. Max out the budget on all those, get more light. And just like that, the housing quality of all of these is up to 54. Really, really nice. Some of them are even higher. Why is this one up higher? Budget modifier, customer service. I'm not sure. Did our gig economy level up? It did. I kind of wish it showed numbers for this, because we're not seeing any numbers here. This one, it shows the numbers there, but like if we check out National Day, it like literally shows you like increases efficiency of all taverns and cocktail bars by 20%. But these ones aren't really showing you the numbers, which is kind of annoying. They're like DLC things, but I mean, it's whatever. Okay, so there is a lot of that now. I do want to start building up this area, and I wanted to shy away from it a bit, but I think this is actually going to be kind of a neat looking area if I do this. And so I didn't want to do my very, I don't want to call it monotonous, but it's just something that I do a lot on a lot of different builds, which is to make this exact setup here. But it is pretty nice because you can neatly fit like a lot of different 2x3s in these. So doing a, what is this, 6x4 on the interior of this little square here. This will allow us to set up things like skyscraper hotels, and as you can see, we could neatly, theoretically, we could fit 4 of these, and just like that, they like perfectly fit into this area. So that's why I like doing these. On top of that, we also have other skyscraper buildings. It works really well with offices, and also with, if I can possibly find them, the modern apartments. And so what I'm kind of thinking is not too many offices in this area, maybe a few, but I definitely want to set this area up to be downtowny, have a lot of casinos, nightclubs. It'll be like the skyscraper tourism spot. This is just like a normal one. We'll probably set up more like this, like, you know, 2 or 3 other ones around. But this one I definitely want to make like, kind of like Vegas. And so a long time ago, like maybe a year before I started my YouTube channel, I made my first like island build that I was really, really happy with. And in it, I had like a strip, like Vegas strip. And in front of a lot of the casinos, I did cool things, things that I at least thought were cool. Like we had the Great Sphinx out front of one of the casinos. We had the German castle one. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. But the reason I did this castle in front of a casino was because when I was like 16, I went on a trip to California with my cousin. And we ended up, you know, just cruising through Vegas. And we ended up staying a night in a hotel called Excalibur, which is a giant casino that's, you know, a giant castle. And so that's why I did that. I always thought that was pretty neat. And so that's what I'm thinking, what I should do with this castle. I'll probably end up moving, maybe not Stonehenge and the Maui heads. Maybe I'll do these on another island, which is a bit more like backpacker tourism. We could do things like hotels, could be good. I'm sorry, not hotels, but motels. Also a bunch of cabins, cabana villages, maybe not family resorts, but ethnic enclaves. Just like a bunch of like touristy stuff, or not touristy, but backpacker and cultural tourist stuff. And I think that would be pretty neat. Botanical gardens, backpackers like going to those. And I believe there's one other one, which is maybe luxury. Yeah, the snorkel bay. And so there's a couple of things that we can do for backpackers, and maybe we'll do it, maybe the polar opposite of our like skyscraper one. We could do it maybe on this one over here. Real quick, let's see. Yeah, we have fish over here, so we could do like maybe 2 snorkel bays on each of these, and then set this up kind of like a little downtowny zone with like some taverns and a theater. Maybe just one museum of modern art, and then we'll just set cabins up all around the periphery of this entire island, and it'll have like a little downtowny zone, one road leading out, maybe bridge across to here, and that'll look really cool, I think. And then by default, we're going to set them all up like this, but if I have any other special ideas, then I will set them up a bit different. So downtowny, Vegas style, tourist destination, cultural, ethnic enclaves, taverns, theaters, snorkel bays, and that'll be this one. And then the rest of them, just like this. And if I have any other cool ideas, then I'll definitely set those up like that. So, alrighty, so we're gonna need a mixture of housing. And honestly, since we're gonna be building up, what is this here? The skyscraper hotels. If I was building up normal hotels, then I would mix in the normal apartments. And I kind of want most of everyone to be living in normal apartments. But considering the fact that there is skyscrapers on this island, I feel like it just wouldn't look good unless I did the modern apartments here. And what does kind of suck is the skyscraper hotel has like one building. Like it's always going to look exactly like this. Which is really annoying. Like it would be cool if, like, I mean, I talk about it a lot. It'd be really cool if there was a lot of different like building designs. Something that I thought would be pretty interesting is imagine if you could customize your buildings literally like El Presidente's, what's it called here, palace. It would be really cool because you could really color coordinate a lot of different buildings. Something else, well, I could gripe about that all day. I should really do like a top 10 things that I want to see in a Tropico 7 video, because, or in a Tropico 7 game, because I have a lot of really good ideas. Just like quality of life and adding a lot of interesting aspects. Something I think would be pretty interesting is to extend the time frames, you know? Because whenever you're playing, I've seen plenty of other YouTubers and stuff, and whenever I'm playing and stuff, like sometimes it feels like time just passes too quickly. Like we haven't even been playing that long. And we're only like a couple episodes in, and like we're already like halfway to the 2000s. And so that's kind of like, I've definitely seen some other YouTubers islands, and they're up to like year 200 and or 2200, you know, like time can advance very quickly. And I wouldn't mind, oof, this one's too short. I definitely wouldn't mind if the time frames were just a little bit longer. Like it lets you be the crown's, what is that called? Little colony, right? Like part of the, I reckon the English crown. They seem pretty English to me. And like all that happened in the Caribbean during like, you know, the golden age of piracy, like 1700s and whatnot. And so it'd be cool if there was just like more time, because it's like you're a colony in the years 1900. I guess it's okay, but it'd just be way cooler if the time frames were a lot longer. So just going through and oops. Bam. Ooh, look at that. We snuck right on by that one. Okay. It's looking alright. Yes. And so we'll fill this all in with as much downtowny tourism as we can possibly step into this. What might be a bit of a better idea is to go through and set up metro stations in a way that will kind of cover everything before I really like get down here and try and do it like afterwards, you know? Let's go through, quick build these up. Did I put this backwards? No, I didn't. Max that out. We could change all the settings once everything's set up. More metro stations. This one seems like a good one, so let's go ahead and do that. Quick build it up so we see the radius. More metro stations. I don't want them to overlap too much. That one seems fine. And let's just do one more. I reckon that's enough. And there we go. there's all the upgrades for it. So every single one of our skyscraper tourist buildings, skyscraper hotels, is going to be affected by these. So let's go ahead and place our first one. And let's go ahead and, can probably go ahead and just go ahead and quick build this airport. Go ahead and go ahead. Yeah.
Tired of boarding a ferry with goods to get to neighboring countries? Welcome to the jet age with a newly constructed Esteban Memorial Airport.
Nice. So let's go and max out the budget. Maybe what I could do is change one of these to luxury airliner. Actually, I should do both of them to luxury airliner. So let's go ahead and research this. Airport, very nice. Decreases, I believe, the capacity by half. I think. Is that what it says? Upkeep is increased by 80%. The passenger capacity is reduced to 80%. So that's still pretty good. And oh no, we can leave this on economy. Because we only want rich people to show up. We don't want the filthy rich to show up quite yet. Duty-free shops, nice, that'll be worth it in the long run. We don't need a metro station because, maybe it would have been a better idea to put it on this island itself. We'll just pretend it's okay. Maybe what I could also do is do another skyscraper airport over here, or not airport, but like a city zone kind of over here on this part. So it'd be like a bunch of skyscrapers out there. And so I want to try and get this entire area set up. Probably won't happen this episode, but it would be nice. And let's go ahead and do our first modern apartment. Quick build both of these on up. Max out their budgets, of course. Oh, for this, honestly, we only need a housing quality of at least 50, and it looks like we can drag these down to the lowest, which is really, really nice for us. And so there's going to be some people on this island, of course, that are going to be poor, so we can set up a tenement. At least one for now. And if this thing gets completely full, then we'll know that we need to build another one. So just electrifying it, leaving on this budget here. We should actually do armed caretaker, drop it by one. Perfect. Okay. So we can drop it by one budget, put it on armed caretaker and electrify it. And that'll give us a housing quality over 50. So that's really good. Nobody wants to work in this building yet. Makes sense. Okay. Everything's set up pretty much exactly like I want it to be. Just for the aesthetics, honestly, let's build a road down to here. A pretty non-functional road, but it looks nice at least. A little bit nicer. Okay, so let's just focus on building up this area quickly. And we are going to get the EU trade finished, so they'll leave us alone on that. And let's go ahead and set up a new casino. The Bellagio. Cool. Quick build that on up. Max out its budget, and then considering the fact that we're going to be putting a lot of casinos here, I might go through and just delete all of these other casinos. Hold up, let me change the settings. I feel like there's just so many people on the island now that we're starting to run into, like, what's it called? Graphic settings. So let's put this on. Honestly, we'll try medium for a bit, and if I notice any more, like, lagging on my end, then I'll go ahead and decrease it further.
Price fluctuations which have affected recent trades came to an end today when a trans-global agreement was reached to stop messing around with things.
Trans-global agreement to stop messing around with things. That sounds like the entire world needs to come together for that. That's funny. Anyway, so there's that. There's this. There's everything. And what I'm kind of thinking is just delete all the casinos, maybe even all the cocktail bars. And just do like a bit more family-friendly stuff, you know? Like just normal people, relaxation. Yeah. Relaxation, I'm curious. Relaxation. So aqua parks, we could throw in a bunch of aqua parks. This is more thrill-seeking. We should do the concert, no, the broadcast tower. Let's go ahead and just set this up. I'm not sure how this is going to function. I've never built it before. But let's go ahead and do it here, I suppose. Quick build it on up. El Prez Crash the Party. Unlocks new festival. Ever Presidente and Meet the Voter. Bringing El Presidente closer to the people. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's max out the budget. A wage of only 9. That really sucks. Preparation, fireworks, and balloons. So we do need to set these two buildings up. And let's check out the different broadcasts here we can choose. A percentage of the current knowledge points will be converted into money for each festival visitor, up to a maximum of 50% of the current knowledge. We don't really want a bunch of yeah, I mean, we're not going to be spending. That'd be kind of cool for like a sciencey like island with a bunch of what is that called? If you're generating a lot of knowledge points, you can straight turn it into money. Trade fair grants a bonus to the trade route deviation percentage. This bonus increases with each festival visitor up to a maximum of 50%. That's insane. Imagine 100% off trades, 200% deals. That could be really good. We're probably going to do this just so we can get our chocolate trades to their absolute limits. Blood drive reduces the chances of visitors getting sick by 25%, increases the efficiency of the following buildings by 50%, clinic and hospital. Meet the Voters El President, or improves festival visitors approval El Presidente by 15. That's if you're setting up these like the broadcast for only your population. Ever Presidente, each visitor is subject to the effects of a personal visit by El Presidente. I didn't even know that El Presidente could. Oh, ever present? I'm not too sure. These two seem like they're just for your population. I guess blood drive too, but trade fair is definitely going to be OP, so let's go ahead and set that one up. And that's everything, so I'm curious. Let's just do this quickly because we have so much money. Let's do... Oh wow, look how big this building is, man. Let's do this one here.
Tropico's flying cars have improved in leaps and bounds over the last decade. New flight times are almost a minute. Well done, nerds. Keep going.
Really, I'm only building this just so we can check out what it does. Learning through fun increases efficiency of following buildings: newspaper, library, high school, college, radio station, childhood museum, TV station, research lab, space, and nuclear program. And that's kind of cool. Very research oriented. Disco Delirium increases efficiency of these following buildings: tavern, circus, botanical garden, fun fair pier, restaurant, arcade. So it's just a bunch of like entertainment buildings. That's really cool. That could be really, really good. Actually though. Party in your mouth increases the efficiency of these buildings: creamery, cannery, chocolate factory, and a juicery. We don't really need the efficiency of these buildings because it's pretty much capped at how much we're producing, and if we wanted to like process more stuff, then we could just produce more and then build more industry buildings. So we don't really need this, even though a higher efficiency on the chocolate factory sounds really good for what we're trying to do. Increases efficiency of all tourism buildings. Visit Tropico or else. That could be pretty good. A 100% bonus to the efficiency of all of our hotels and stuff. I mean, and what it means by tourism buildings is not like all of the entertainment and luxury entertainment buildings. It strictly means tourism, I'm pretty sure. So just this stuff. So really the only things they're affecting are like your hotel, your motel, skyscraper hotels, luxury hotels, economy hotels, just stuff in this area here. So there's that. Science fair. Instead of money, the festival generates knowledge for every attending visitor. Kind of cool. Nuclear. No. Decreases emission of pollution of all buildings in the area by 40% and increases efficiency of the following buildings by 100. Garbage collection. Disco Delirium's definitely the best one here. And what I'm kind of thinking is we should do this. Tavern, circus, botanical garden, fun fair, restaurant, arcade, fast food, movie theater, aqua park. Roller coaster, stadium, dance school. Okay, so you can configure routes, right? So what you can do is you can select any park. They have to be at least a 2x2, I'm pretty sure. So it highlights a bunch of options for us. So just for the sake of example, let's choose this one. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so it's affecting all of this stuff here, maybe even the funfair pier. Kind of doubt it, but everything in a close vicinity of this park. So ideally what you would potentially, ideally what you would do is maybe set up your, what's it called, concert stage on this island, and then choose a bunch of parks to affect the entire island. So I think that's what we'll do eventually, maybe not right now. But set this up over here, assign all of the parks to this island, and then only choose buildings that are part of the Disco Delirium option here. So we can set up maybe like one more circus, try and affect all the funfair piers on this entire island over here. We also have, what other options? Restaurants. Like I said, I was building restaurants around here, so we could do a bunch of extra restaurants. Arcade, fast food, movie theater, aqua parks. So restaurants and aqua parks. We'll set up a bunch around here. Well, I think I want to stick with just one roller coaster for the aesthetics. Stadium. What is a stadium? Oh, this stadium. I mean, I guess that's alright. Stadium, dance school, and then the busker. So really we're only going to be focusing on, yeah, just the aqua parks and the restaurants. So we'll go through and build a bunch of those. We'll replace a lot of these nightclubs and casinos, but back on topic, let's just destroy this for now. We'll build it up on the other island eventually. And then the trade fair. This is going to be really cool, because we can get some really, really insane numbers. Increases with each festival visitor up to a max of 50%. Now what I'm curious about is holds festival everywhere at the same time. The area effect is all of Tropico, improves various needs. Visitors have no wealth requirement, provides different bonuses and other effects to buildings throughout Tropico depending on selected festival. Slightly boost the efficiency of nearby buildings. I'm just curious as to Lazy Bones Rejoice. Before, you had to heave your carcasses to wherever the partying action was happening. Not anymore. We're turning all of Tropico into one party. Just step, fall, stumble, crawl, or otherwise move your body out of your front door and begin partying where you stand. Lay. Exist. It's that simple. Okay, that's really cool. So I think, what is the number here? 1%? So considering the fact that we have, what is this, like, we have 3,000 people on the island. That's why it's kind of lagging, but considering the fact we have 3,000 people, I reckon that this will kind of happen pretty much instantly. And what else we should do is set up our, we should do the balloon factory, the fireworks factory, both of these on this island is what I'm kind of thinking. So it's going to detract just a little bit. We're not worried about the beauty of this island, strictly because this one's all about downtownism. Let's quick build both of those up. It's kind of annoying is these DLC buildings, they're not going to give you accurate numbers. It says, well, maybe they do. 4,200 or 4,280 isn't like a flat 1,000 number, but see, it's like 3,000, 3,000, and then 3,000. So it just makes me wonder if there's a way to know exactly how much you need. But anyways, let's go ahead and set up a rubber plantation. Rubber. And let's go ahead and set up, what else do we need? We need coconuts, which is kind of annoying, and then we need logs. Coconuts and logs. Can we change this to something else? Coconuts and corn. Coal and corn. That could be decent. Coal and logs. You know what? I think coconut and corn is going to be our friend here. So where can we get some coconuts? We're going to need, honestly, coconut harvesters. What's really nice about them is that they rather quickly gather a pretty humongous number of coconuts, which is nice. I'd rather get this Ooh, look at this spot. Do we build like a multi-$1,000 bridge just for one coconut harvester? I think we do. So press play like that. Build a bridge all the way down like that. This whole bridge is for coconuts. Very, very Tropico thing to do. Now out in front of these places, let's just keep it simple and build up something like this, I think. Very, very, very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and quick build this up. We're starting to spend a lot of money, but that's because we're doing a lot of like planning and stuff while the game's paused. So there's all that. And honestly, I should just let it play for a bit. But I do want to continue to spend money to build up this area as quickly as possible. But just like that, we're back up to 300,000. Made like 50,000 in those 2 seconds. And we'll just take the 2K. Oh man, look at how mad they are.
I see a notice of non-EU compliance.
Well, at the moment we get our allies is the moment that they'll leave us alone. Don't need to worry about them no more. Let's see what kind of trade dealer. And another import. So they're just trying to extort money out of us at this point, but it's okay. We're making so much that I'm not really worried about it. We just need more people on the island, so what I should do is go get our Pirate Cove. And let's go ahead and cancel. What is going on? They're not gathered up yet. Let's rescue Minnie. Do they start on it right away? They're gathering. Oh no, they are. They are working on this guerrilla patrol. Aren't they? They are, okay. Okay. So we'll leave just those two queued up. It's kind of buggy the way that this all works. Like if you queue up a bunch of stuff and then for like one building, and then you queue up something for another building, sometimes it doesn't want to, like, this is a completely different building. If we had like 5 guerrilla patrols, then I'll give you a good example. Like if we did this and then you went and did like this, sometimes this one won't like pop off even though it's a different building, so that's kind of annoying, but we'll leave just these 2 and I think that's okay. So there is that all. How's our electricity doing? We definitely want to pick up solar panel windows on all of our skyscrapers. Real quick, let's go and see if there's any factions that do not like our buildings. The militarists like apartments for some reason. Firework factory, balloon factory, Stonehenge. So nothing too crazy. Skyscraper hotels, the communists hate it. Skyscraper hotels, and what we're worried about is casinos. They really hate casinos, so we're probably gonna have to invite a communist into our El Presidente club. And the reason we want to do that is so that we can put them on build whatever and they won't get mad, because for a while we're going to be building up a bunch of casinos and skyscraper hotels, which they don't like. Religious, I think we already have them on build whatever, so that's good. The environmentalists, they're not going to like, I believe, yeah, our skyscraper hotels, they really hate them. And then parking decks, I guess they hate those as well. That's kind of annoying, but that's okay. Modern apartments, the intellectuals do like it. Okay, so I'm not seeing anything here that's gonna get too crazy, I don't think. Okay, so now we have all this set up. Coconut and corn is what I wanted that one set to. Let's max out the budget here, I guess. Helps workers blow up balloons more efficiently with technology, increases efficiency by 10, reduces job quality by 10. Oily balloons, ew. Fishy balloons. I mean, I'm content with rubber. Let's go ahead and quick build that. Max out the budget here, extend the road down a ways. Okay, so we should have balloon production underway. Yeah, so I think this will be okay. Let's go ahead and research the hydroponic plantation. Now we're not going to set all of our hydroponic plantations to almost free of nature, but this one I definitely want to because we're at 125% efficiency. And this is at 115. Honestly, it should have enough. Oh no. A travel warning. Doesn't that mean... I don't know what that means in real life, but doesn't that mean like conflict's about to happen? It would be super sad if we got invaded right now. Oh man. And it's gonna be a while before we get allies here. I mean, and what else is gonna suck is if there's ever a conflict, thousands of tourists are gonna try and leave our island. So that could be pretty catastrophic because that's our entire economy. And it'll take probably months, maybe even a year or longer to get all these tourists back. So we cannot be invaded. Let's go and do double or nothing. Yes. We should do a number of radio stations. Ooh, you know what? We can get one radio station right in the middle of downtown, and this will provide us with the upgrade here. Music all day to the entire island, which is nice. Public service, advertisement seems fine, and let's go ahead and start building up back up to 500,000 very, very quickly, which is nice. I guess we can throw down like 2 groceries because 100% they're going to need them eventually, the island is. Anyone living here, go ahead and quick build those up. Log import finished. Max out the budget there. So, let's see. Tourism. Let's just get a bunch of skyscraper hotels like placed. And as time goes on, they'll start building them up. Oof. All elements backwards, man. I want as many as possible, but I don't want them so close to each other that it's gonna be like immediately noticeable that they're the exact same building. And try and angle them in different directions and whatnot. Now, there's definitely going to be one faction out there that's going to be really, really upset, but I think we'll be okay. We could do another import trade to EU here. Import a bunch of cheese, coconuts. Those are going to take really long, but hides is alright. That shouldn't take too long. And I think we'll go ahead and do that one. We just cannot get invaded. Like, that is just too important. So let's start also building up just a couple of modern apartments for now. Trying to focus on where the door placement is. Oh no. There's a good one. Right there. And there we go. I like this. This is starting to look pretty decent. Let's go and set up some more luxury entertainment for these guys. So I'm thinking, ooh, cabarets, that's a perfect downtown building, I'd say. We can also do a bit of nightclubbing action. Just more casinos as well. Another cabaret, let's go ahead and throw this one perhaps right here. Actually, right next to the bridge. I think that's a cool spot. Oh, get away from the planes. What also might be a good idea is just to build up another construction office. I'll quick build this one so that the population can super quickly get to work. No, not ignore safety regulations. More hands. Okay. And so let's just go into ×4 speed, all X, and kind of glance at our island here. This is going to be very, very skyscrapery in this area. Poor English, I know. But what I'm kind of curious about is let's go like look in on some of these zones here, you know? Like there's a lot of tourists on the island all over the place, which is really cool. I've built up a number of oh man, so 800, oh no, I thought that was 800 new people showing up. I was like, wow. Guerrilla Patrol is finished, just one. Oh, that's the second one, nice. I built up a humongous number of like resorts like this. I think it was my capitalist utopia one. I had a huge one.
It seems you did as
They're probably gonna do it again immediately, yep. It's because we stole so much stuff from them. Another import, that's fine. So we can just keep on doing those until that gets dealt with. 33% support. Why'd that shoot down so hard? Because we don't have any fun happiness. That's pretty terrible. So we need to... Honestly, I should... This is rough because there's just so many tourists. There's like 2 to 3 times as many tourists on the island as our population. So we have just a couple of buildings set up for our people to visit. But we should definitely get more down. Let's do some here. Let's check the residential. Oh man, we just need so much. Let's actually destroy these 2 taverns. Relatively inefficient at this point. And let's build a road down all the way. And what we can do is let's build up some luxury entertainment and entertainment for our population. You know what I'm kind of thinking is we should just do like restaurants and stuff. Do a restaurant there. Let's do a movie theater for them. What else? Luxury entertainment. I guess we can give them a casino as well. Ooh, look at that. I like the way that looks. Let's go and do them a cabaret as well. Let's quick build all of this up and we'll fill in this area with some apartments. And all the spare space with a bit of parks. We can leave this one on fair play. We don't need double or nothing. Burlesque acts would be nice, but we don't have rich people, right? Yes. Political acts, we don't need to do that. We can do playback equipment here. Max this out. Let's go ahead and do freezer here. Max this out, and don't need nothing for that. Now what I'm curious about is, do we have a radio station somewhere around here? I doubt it as much, so let's go ahead and do a radio station. Suppose there's fine. I'll probably come through and reorganize just a little bit. What we can do right now though is demolish this all up and build a road straight to here, come straight up and arc it over like that. That looks good. Okay, and then I never built parks here, so let's go ahead and do that. A really simple method for parks is just this one and go straight down like that. Looks alright. Okay. So now, population should be rather content, but like I said, as you can see, this is a tourist, a child tourist. Who's this one? Another tourist. Yeah, like, that's really, really annoying that tourists are just swamping into our buildings. So let's go ahead and hire on foreign people for all of this. And so what we need to do is just set up more tourism, more entertainment buildings for tourists actually. So as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and quick build up a number of these. This is a cabaret. Where's the cabaret at? Cabaret, let's do this cabaret over here as well. That one was one. Okay. Construction jobs, let's make sure that all of them are full. Okay. Let's go and max out the budget here. Let's do playback equipment on those 2. We can max out the budget here, change this to laser show. Max out the budget there, put this one on double or nothing. Okay. Oh, same thing with this one, right? Double or nothing. Okay, it's already set up. Tourist planes are starting to drop off people. That's really nice. Let's max out the budget on all of these. Oof, I built 2 hotels right across from each other. Action floor, wellness floor. I mean, that's $100,000. Let's do it. Another 100K. That's okay. Ooh, man, our support's tanking really, really hard. Ooh, environmentalists hate what we're doing. Skyscraper hotel. So let's go and invite an environmentalist and a communist person into our Presidente Club. And this is going to start generating a copious amount. An unmanageable amount of corruption. But I'm willing to deal with it. Hopefully it doesn't get so bad that it ruins the island, but Communist, let's invite them and build whatever. Yes, same thing with this. Environmentalist, invite, build whatever. And this might actually make our support shoot up. Yeah, a little bit. And so, yeah, look at that. No, right here. Okay, so I was hoping that it would immediately get rid of this penalty here, this minus 58, but it's not. But that's okay. I should have changed it just a little bit earlier. You know what? Let's go ahead and do what the... I think this is the environmentalist. Let's go ahead and do what they wanted us to do, which is the legalized substances. So the religious the religious faction's gonna hate it, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyways. Urban development is ended. Let's just go ahead and turn it on anytime I notice. Tourship, nice, nice. Buena Vista on all floors. Okay. Hooray, it's National Day. And let's go ahead and build up just a bunch of luxury entertainment around wherever I can manage. Quick build, quick build, quick build, quick build. Bunch of casinos in this area. Let's go and max out their budgets. Ran out of electricity. Let's go over here and build up just a bunch of wind turbines then. Okay, cool. So there is all of that. Let's max out their budgets. 739 spare megawatts. That's really good. That's a lot of spare electricity for us to use. Now, we're back up to 40% support. Hopefully that is because I'm starting to build up a number of various things. What I can do is control click double or nothing, and then specifically go to the casinos that were that are for our population, which is only 2, and then we can change those back to the normal work mode. Let's build up a bunch of cabarets. Yes, we can set these up as burlesque acts. I think would be probably a good idea too. Max out their budgets, playback equipment on all of them. Oh, we never researched this building. Okay. Cabaret, probably World Wars. Getting pretty good at guessing. Cold War? It's gotta be. Honestly, we should do this one first. And we can't.
I really don't like feeling this angry. It really ruins my
It ruins my mellow, man. So, what I've kind of realized is... something I've noticed is anytime I let an ultimatum happen, that's dealing with, what's it called? Like faction ultimatums. I realized that afterwards our support goes down by like a lot, and then it kind of sort of never goes up. So, and I think that's, okay, so there was a playthrough that I was doing a while back, and I think it was the Industrialist Island one. And what ended up happening was I think I let some ultimatums like go through, and then for a while, I kept clicking on like different Tropicans, and I could be wrong. It might not be the Industrialist Island, but I just remember on one of my builds I was doing that. I was clicking through after ultimatums happened. I believe it was after ultimatums happened at least. And what I was seeing was they had a bunch of them had like penalties, and it wasn't like, you know, their happiness being low. It wasn't I don't think it was faction standing or anything like that. I think it was literally because the ultimatums were giving them like support penalties, which is really, really not good. And so I definitely want to shy away from what's it called? Any ultimatums happening. And so what I think I might do is, we're making so much money, we should build up a bank. We can build one up in this downtown area. I think that's okay. Here, let's quick build it. When did I lose so much money? Let's max out that. Let's go ahead and research. Let's get rid of this one, then that one. Let's research the bank. Nice, it happened immediately. Then let's go do legalized substances and the cabaret finally. So now, reason I want the bank is slush funds. So up to $200 per week or whatever.
They call me, a few opportunities came up. Nothing illegal. Well, nothing that can be proven to break any laws.
And so what I want to do is start getting a bunch of Swiss money. So we need to kind of, another pretty decent way to generate a bunch is through, not state loans, but building permit. 2% of the base cost of construction goes right into our pockets, which is kind of low, but it can add up pretty quickly. Let's go and do the same thing with the bank up here. I kind of like the way that looks. Looks kind of cool here. Max out the budget, slush funds. And I kind of want to build one here, but I don't think it's that necessary. So now, $200 a month, I think that's $400 a month is going right into our personal pockets. Now, what really sucks is if we come check out crime safety is going to start getting really bad all over the island. And the reason is due to the fact that corruption is going to start going up. Same thing with liberty. Oh man, that's kind of spooky. Check liberty on the island. Yeah, it's starting to go down. A lot of places are below 50. Oh man, dude. If corruption goes up too much, liberty goes down, then we can start running into a lot of rebellion, which is not good at all. Kind of worrying. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll end up kicking out every one of our people in our El Presidente club eventually. Let's see what this does. Money talks. So that's not worth it. Not the mausoleum, but this. Clouds of Innocence. Will reduce corruption by 50. For 3,000 units of cigars. So let's go into the trade menu and look for cigars. Pirates are going to sell us cigars. We could buy like 10,000. Let's sign that. We're going to pay a lot for it.
All know that El Presidente hates bullies. So when superpowers try to bully Tropico, Presidente says, no more trade for you.
So we're going to turn off exporting cigars. So all the cigars are going to be imported. They'll stay in the dock, but as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and move them. Well, actually, I guess we don't need to move them because our dock's pretty close, but let's go ahead and do this one, Clouds of Innocence. So we have to wait 2 years every time we do this. But let's go ahead and accept that. We need to simply deliver cigars here and it'll get rid of a bunch of our corruption. I wonder if there's a place to see corruption. Overview. If there's not, that is definitely very, very, very important to see your corruption. So hopefully there is. Economy, maybe? No. Resources, politics, no. Foreign relations, no. That's really annoying. I don't think that there's anywhere that we can go. Yeah, this is just the almanac. I don't think that there's anywhere we can go to. I don't think there's anywhere we can go to see how much corruption's on the island. That's really, really not good. Corruption agency won't tell us. It's only reduced 23 in its lifetime. Maybe what if we do praise corruption? Workers consume knowledge to generate Swiss money. Oof. Corruption has less impact on liberty, so minus 50. Faction standing minus 30%. Okay, that's good. Corruption has higher impact on treasury loss. Okay. Money gained from media buildings, but the according work modes is increased by 1. I mean, it's kind of decent. I might have to do a test save after this episode to check out certain things. I'm not too sure. But I do want to steal enough money to, what's it called, get an ultimatum, like, finishing thing. So let's go and unlock the slot. Let's play for a bit. We just need more money. Or, legalized substances finished. Did we get it? No, we didn't. What is going on here? Okay. It is just bugging out on me. Alrighty. So, as it turns out, this recording is now reaching its, like hour and 15 mark. It was a lot of fun putting all this together, and hopefully in the next episode this will all be finished up and everything will be looking very, very good. But, oof. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and if you want to follow along with more Tropico 6 series like this, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.